Okay, just let me know if you can hear me. Uh, can I be heard? Oh, fuck off. Okay, good. So this is going to be an anatomy sketch of this lass here. As you can see, there's foreshortening of the arms. There's hands to focus on. There's limb crossover, which can cause a lot of problems for people. There's teeth, which I know sounds weird, pointing out the teeth, but that's another thing people can get a bit fixated on. Elbows, another problem spot for some people. Hair can be something that people ask about. And the arms themselves, the structure of the arms, the foreshortening and all that sort of thing. So this is basically how to use a reference. So when you start out, a big mistake most people do is they go, okay, I'm going to start drawing this. Oh, fuck. They'll be like, okay, okay, here's the eyebrows. You know, here's the eyes, the mouth. Just stop. That's all wrong. I mean, it's not wrong, but because there is no right and wrong in art, but it's not the easiest way to do things. It's not going to help you have a unified, solid piece. Basically, what you want to do at this point, and I'm sure you've seen this in a lot of art books, is nap in her pose in a skeleton. So and this is how I was taught to do things at art school. I'm sure there's all different ways of doing it. There are Bern Hogarth is one guy that has a way of doing things. He's very polygonal, I suppose. Now here's the hips that I'm just... Okay. This is the scapula that I kind of map in. Here's some joints here. And this is her back. Sorry if this is not 100% clear. Now she's got kind of like straight on face somehow. This doesn't look like it's a very comfortable pose. And then you're going to have a butt down here, but basically and then we've got this leg coming down. Sorry, this leg coming down here. And her knee's probably somewhere down there. I'm just guessing. I can't see it. There's a lot of fat. Okay, so there. Now, I haven't put her arms in yet. Let's do that now. Oh, crap. Kind of like follow the track of the bones. So the kind of, yeah, and then... Now, the important thing to do while putting in the skeleton is to use the body, the crossovers, as landmarks. Landmarks are areas on the body that kind of define where you're at. So we've got that, the shoulder come down here, up there, we've got a wrist here. Now, of course, problem is the hands. People have a lot of problems with hands. So what I'm going to do here is show you what I do in this situation. Hands generally have I'm just drawing a hand to the side here. kind of a very basic structure. This is the palm. And then you've got the hands themselves. The thumb, there's 2 joints there. And this is a joint here. And of course, there's the bones of the hands. 1 bone, 2 bone. Sorry, 1 bone, 2 bone, 3 bone, 4 bone. But I don't generally draw them in unless I really have to. Now, there's a lot of shorthand that I use because I've been drawing for such a long time. But generally speaking, you know, you just kind of go, this is the, you know, your first joints. Sorry, it's a bit long. First joints. Second joints. Third joint. See that? Now you can change the proportions of these to suit the hand that you're drawing. I tend to, just sketch it roughly in and then kind of twiddle with it afterwards. So, you see here, I'm just going to zoom in. This isn't completely side on. There's a bit of an angle to that. So we're going to do that over here. And what I tend to do is I'm just sort of going over where it would be. And I'm treating if we're looking at the hand, just say we chop the hand off and we're looking at the hand from the angle of where the wrist is, where the rest of the person should be. I don't just view a hand like that if we're looking at it, right, from another view. It's not that at all. What it's actually more like is a kind of this shape, yeah? So that when you're changing the view of your sketching sculpture, you know, the sketching skeleton, not sculpture, sorry, you know, then you've got something a bit more kind of like a hand. So just say we're foreshortening the hand from far away, yeah? Right, if there's a hand pointing away from us, then you've got the thumb there. Mr. Man, sorry, my son's just changing his position. He's breastfeeding, and that's this part here, you see? So you got to think about, it's probably not very helpful or clear. Just forget about that for now. But yeah, that's basically, you want to have a kind of, and that's what I'm thinking of with this, because her hand is at that funny angle. It's not a perfect square. It's a kind of a weird wedge shape, and you've got to remember and learn that wedge shape. And this is always going to be this thing here. And you've got to be careful about where that is, because